Hey guys, it's Justina and I am back with a sneak peek just for you of some apothecary labels that I have been working on for you guys. Now I did this with the Sabbath of Mabon in mind, so I picked some herbs and spices that were really geared toward the season, and I also surveyed you guys in my Facebook community just to see what your favorites were, and I got some common ones that were coming up the same. A lot of you guys voted for cinnamon was a major one that you guys wanted me to make. So what I'm actually going to do is I made a series of these different labels. You can put these on mason jars, or you can empty out old pickle jars that if you're done with whatever's inside, you guys can rinse out these jars and repurpose them and just slap these labels on them. What I'm doing is I'm just going to design these on like an 8.5 by 11 PDF, and what you guys can do is you guys can just print these out. You can purchase your own sticker paper at like a Staples or wherever you buy your office supplies, and I figured that it would be really cool if you just printed these out yourself, or if you don't have a printer and you don't want to waste your ink, you can always put this file on a flash drive, take it to your nearest Staples or wherever you get your things printed out. I think even Kinko's and FedEx stores, these little FedEx pop-up shops, usually have a printing service for really cheap. If you just want to get like a couple sheets made up, it's very inexpensive. So you could just take this on a flash drive, hand it to whoever's printing your stuff, and just show them the file, the PDF. And I'm going to put this on a PDF sheet about 8.5 by 11, so that's pretty standard printing size. And then you could just print the sheet out and make sure it's on sticker paper, so that when you take the back, you could peel the back off and then just stick these labels on whatever jars you were planning on putting your herbs. And it's a very inexpensive way and a really pretty way to display your herbs in your apothecary cabinet. I just thought this would be a really cool way to give you guys some kind of printable that you can use for the season. I know I was doing a lot of coloring pages before, but I'm not really sure if they were being utilized. But I wanted to make you guys something that was very unique and something that you can use for the season. And I can keep creating these because there's tons and tons of herbs and spices and flowers and things that us little witchy poos like to collect. So I can keep creating these for you guys if these turn out to be a hit with you guys, which I think they will be, because what witch doesn't have her own apothecary cabinet? So I just wanted to basically show you guys, give a little sneak peek of what I have cooking here for you guys. So here's the list I came up with from our little Facebook community, and I surveyed you guys to see what your favorite herbs and spices were, and a lot of you guys said cinnamon, believe it or not. So I made it a point to put that high up on my list, as you guys can see right here. I have some cinnamon, I have some clove. There's a bunch of stuff that I decided to do for the season. Now I know some of these are very common, but we have like basil on here and mint on here, thyme, and let's see what else. We have chamomile. I'm surprised nobody said lavender. My point is that all of these are awesome herbs. All of these are very common, but I wanted to take the ones that were specific to the season and ones that make us think about Mabon. So I'm thinking like very spicy and harvesty, and just anything that's like any kind of flower petals that are like bright red or yellow, or exude that warmth that you get from the feeling of Mabon and that feeling of harvest. Because we're not in the first harvest anymore. Now we're in the second harvest, so we're gearing more toward the winter season, and it's all about feeling cozy and warm and toasty. And whenever we have those warm drinks, whether it's hot tea or cider or wassail, which is I love making some wassail with some mulled wine. So it's all about those spices, I think, around this time of year. So I really took that into consideration. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to make these other ones like basil, thyme, blah, blah, blah. But I want to do those when the season is appropriate. Now, I feel like those are summer herbs, and we're moving away toward the summer. So what I wanted to do was focus more on the spicier ones. And then we have ones like sage and bay leaves, and I think those would be great to do for Samhain. So like the purple sage would be really cool to do for like Samhain. So Michelle and Alyssa and Shelly, I got you guys with the sage. Don't worry about that. So I don't think I'm going to do that in this batch, but for Samhain, I think I'm definitely going to do the sage and the bay leaves for sure. And I'm not sure what else I'm going to do for Samhain yet, but still have like probably a month to figure that out. But for the time being, I want to show you guys what I have cooking for Mabon, which is at the end of this month. It's the autumnal equinox, and that is around September 22nd to the 23rd. So I was focusing really on like reds and oranges and things that really make you feel like warm and cozy, and anything spicy. So here's basically what I have working with. The first one that I created, which you guys saw in the group, was a sample of the star anise, and I thought this was so pretty. So that's on my definite list. So that will be in the packet. Then, as you saw before on the screen, we have some rose petals, and I think every witch has rose petals in her apothecary cabinet. So I thought that one was very common, and with the season, my roses are still in bloom. I don't know about yours, but yeah, my roses are still going, and those will probably still go for another like month or two before the winter starts kicking in. And then next we have cinnamon, which was on like pretty much everybody's list here. So I had to include that, and I thought that was very appropriate for the season that we are heading into. Then another one that I love is orange peel. Now I'm not too sure about this. Oh, I have two illustrations here. I'm not too sure about the illustrations. I'm not sure which one I want to use yet. So I have that one, and then I have this one. And for all of you guys who don't, I think I like this one actually. And for all of you guys who don't know how I find my images, I find them on PNG Fuel, or I will go on Pixabay, any place that has royalty-free images, and these are completely free to use, no licensing required, no attribution required. So these are pretty much all free for you to download and use in whatever you like. Now, this ice, you could either use it as is, or you can put your own effects on it. Sometimes I like to put my own little effects on it. So I will take a little brown from there, and then I will lower the size just to give it a little bit of an outline, just to make it look a little finished. So I think that looks pretty. Yeah, I think this one is a little too yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I do like the leaves on that one better. I don't know. So you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Which orange would you like? Let's call this orange A, and then this one's orange B. So let me know which one you like better, orange A or orange B. Alright, so then the next one is clove, and I use clove. I love clove. I love the smell of it. I love putting it in little orange peels and mixing it in a little sachet bag with some orange peel. It's just a lovely fall scent. Now, there's other clove pictures that I was debating on. I'm not sure if I want to use this as the final clove picture for the label yet, but yeah, I was still trying to decide what I wanted to use. And then there's this one here. Yeah, so there's some different ones. Oh, I didn't see this cinnamon one before. That's pretty too. Alright, so then moving right along, I have clove. I didn't design nutmeg yet. I gotta still find the picture that I want to download for that. And then I have hibiscus, because I actually do have some dried hibiscus that I found at my local farmer's market for very cheap. And they're very gorgeous, and they're great to use in teas and herbal blends and potpourris and incenses. I absolutely love dried hibiscus. So, and it's gorgeous, deep red color, and it just reminded me so much of that Mabon color, that color scheme that I was thinking of. So I put some dried hibiscus in there. I might also do a sunflower or a marigold one, because I like collecting the dried marigold buds, which I think are very gorgeous. So let's see if I can find marigolds. Yeah, So then I would put like a marigold on here. That would be very pretty. Oh, even this would be very pretty because this is more like an illustration. And I love finding more illustrated looking kind of things because I feel like if you put a realistic marigold on here or any kind of thing on here, it ruins its artsy vibe that just kind of looks off kilter. That's why I'm not too happy with the clove. I think they look a little too realistic. So I think it looks a little weird. So I might try to find one that looks a little more illustrated than that. So that's it, guys. That is what I'm working with so far. So then basically what I would do from there is I would create a new file, and you would have to make it 300 resolution DPI, because if you want to print it out, you don't want it to be pixely, so make sure the resolution is good. Here we want to do 8.5 by 11, and this would be what you would print out. So then let's just go with like a base color, and then I would just paint that. Now, for example, this is how I would lay it out on the paper. I would give maybe like a ½ inch. Yeah, maybe like a ½ inch all around. Okay. So then from there, now I don't have any of the JPEGs ready yet. What I would do is save each one of these individual layers. Well, not individual layers. I have them set up by folder. So I would say, yeah. So I would save this as a JPEG. Then when I'm done with that, I would save this as a JPEG. Then when I'm done with that, I would save this as a JPEG. And the background all stays the same. So this is the basic label, and then just the center would change and the name. Just the illustration and the name would change. And then I was debating whether or not I should put what cinnamon can be used for, like the magical properties, which I think might be cool, but I'm just not sure if I have enough space. But let me know what you guys think, if you would like the magical properties on the label or not. And if you do, then I will just figure something out to make it happen. So then, after I save all of these as JPEGs, then I will go into my files. Apothecary. Okay, so yeah, I have like a sample label here, so let's just use this as an example. Now, this isn't the actual label. This was the very first one that I showed you guys in our Facebook group. So I think this is like 2 inches. Yeah, like 1.5 by 2. And let's see what that looks like when we print that. Print size. So that's very small. So, I mean, we can make them bigger than that. We can make them like, I don't know, maybe 5 inches a pop. So let's just change that for shits and gigs. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so now when we import this into here, okay, let's delete that. When we import that into there. Okay, now at least we can make that a little smaller from there. Let's try 3. Yeah, okay, so let's delete that small one. Let's go with 3 inches. So we're gonna put that, we're gonna line that up, and then let's do another one, and like so. And this is just, I'm just doing this quickly just to show you guys how I would line this up. Or what we could do is we could flip this. We don't have to do a ½ inch around. It could be less, so then we could fit more on the page. As long as it's not going right up to that line. And I will test all this out before I make a PDF for you guys, just to make sure everything prints okay. And when you take it to your local printer, or whether you print it at home, as long as it's set to standard 8.5 by 11, it should print okay. So then at least we could fit like a good like 6 labels on here. That would be ideal. So something like that. If I shift all of these down so it's centered, that looks about so. But I'll make sure all of this is like legit when before I give you guys the PDF. But basically that is what you're going to be working with. Whether I do 1 page or 2 pages, I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a 2-page PDF for you guys to print out with all the Mabon spices and herbs and stuff of the sort. So that is it. That is what I'm working with. I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting this. I want to post it as soon as possible. Maybe we'll aim for the 10th. So that's like, what, 5 days from now? I should definitely have that good to go by then. So keep a lookout for the Mabon Apothecary Jar label sheet. And I definitely want to do another one of these sheets for Samhain using the sage and the, what else was there? The bay leaves. Anything that kind of like banishes and like used to like work with spirits and stuff like that. Like I think would be really freaking badass to do for Samhain. But I'm having really fun designing these Mabon ones. I think they're really gorgeous and pretty and getting me in the mood for fall and to be cozy and drink my spicy teas and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are doing the same, and I'm looking really forward to getting these to you guys, and I hope you're looking really forward to putting these on your apothecary jars and any jars that you recycle that you want to reuse. You could just like reuse them to put your herbs and spices in. That'd be really cute. So that is it. I will get these to you guys very soon. I hope you're looking forward to it, and I will definitely shoot a little message in the Facebook Magical Moon Collective group so you know when they're posted, because I know not everybody spends a lot of time on the Patreon platform because there's not a lot going on there on the regular. A lot of the stuff happens in our Facebook private community, which is really cool. So I will post this in the Facebook private community just so you guys know what's up. But usually I'm pretty sure Patreon sends all my patrons a notification every time I add a reward or an update. So I hope you guys get my updates. Make sure you don't have me on your blacklist in your email, so I hope my Patreon rewards don't go into your spam box. But just in case, I will send out a little message on my Facebook community page. So that is it. I will see you guys very soon, and I hope you are enjoying the end of your summer, and I hope you have many plans for the fall, because it's just a gorgeous time. Alright guys, thank you so much. Blessings, blessed be, and I will be in touch very soon with more behind the scenes footage and patron rewards. Bye! Join me on Patreon for $1 a month to access my entire Printables library. This includes, but is not limited to, colorful Book of Shadows pages for the Sabbats, sticker sheets, computer and phone wallpapers, spells, recipes, journal entries, tarot musings, and other fun informational sheets, and more. For $10 a month, you can attend my full moon virtual tea parties. This includes access to my private Facebook community, engaging daily discussions, exclusive SBAT Book of Shadows pages, personal development worksheets, personalized tarot readings, bonus videos, magical virtual workshops and classes, plus access to my entire Printables library, and much more. With this tier, you can accept my very special personalized invitation to our next full moon tea party for the full harvest moon on Friday, October 2nd in our private Facebook community. Register now on my Patreon page to receive your invitation. You don't want to miss this. All this and more offerings on patreon.com/Bohemian Magic Studios. I hope to see you there.